Hey everybody, welcome to We Run on Reruns. I'm Amanda and I'm here with my brother Eric.
How you guys doing today? We are here as we are entering into the beginning of season 5 of Friends, episodes 3 and 4, and this first one is the 100th. So we are 100 episodes into Friends at this point, and what a way to have 100. To have 3 kids.
It is the way. I mean, there has been a lot going on from the beginning of the season, and now we have Phoebe giving birth. We have another Frank Jr. episode.
Yes.
I'm psyched to see Frank again. Always love to see him have some pretty hilarious moments coming up. But where we left things, we had Emily leaving Ross at the wedding and showing up at the airport only to see Rachel boarding the plane to go on the honeymoon to Greece. Monica and Chandler were deciding to keep seeing each other after they returned home from London. And because of this, Chandler, after they were caught kissing, Chandler decided to cover that up. He would just go around kissing everyone. So he was
might as well
making out
right?
with Rachel, making out with Phoebe. Yeah, just taking that opportunity to kiss the whole group. I loved also, we didn't talk about how Joey was like, see ya! And he just ran away from Chandler as he's kissing everyone. And, you know, Emily was then also rejecting Ross's attempts to fix their marriage. And Rachel decided, hey, this is a great opportunity to tell Ross that she's still in love with him. And
it was an opportunity.
It was, yeah. And then we have Phoebe going into labor at the very end of this episode. So that brings us right to where we are.
It brings us right to where we are, which is season 5, episode 3, The 100th, where Phoebe is now in labor and going into the hospital, where she is met by her doctor, who is a big fan of Fonzie. We also
This is so weird.
have Monica and Chandler still hiding their relationship from the group, and Monica is given an opportunity to go on a date with a male nurse who Chandler has an issue with. And Joey is struggling with sympathy pains, which turn out to be kidney stones.
So random.
Very
gosh,
random.
The scene where Joey and Ross are like staring at the kidney stones in the little vial after he basically gives birth to them. They're so small.
And they look at the stones and look at each other, and it's like, this is so great. Like,
it's so stupid, but it's so funny.
Never would I have even thought about doing that as a writer. Like, to write a pregnancy situation where you have someone giving birth to triplets, and in the neighboring room have another cast member dealing with kidney stones. That's so funny. And like they obviously drew the parallels as much as they could, and I thought it was really good. I do like the doctor who does the kidney stones over and over again. Like, well, what else could it be? It's kidney stones.
Yeah, he was really funny. I feel like he actually looked familiar to me.
There is a current actor, and I forget his name, who he does look similar to, in my opinion, but it's not that guy. Because the guy I'm thinking of is like the guy I'm thinking of is probably like 27 today.
Is younger now. Yes, exactly. I think I'm just looking up this guy. Yeah, I don't know this guy, but okay. Anyway, moving on.
No, but
I will say though, another recognizable character though for me. I don't know, Eric. Have you seen Better Call Saul? Wait. I know the answer to that because Eric, you have not seen Breaking Bad, which we have discussed. And
no,
we're gonna have to address.
I will address that one all
Saul,
on my own. Is attached to that.
Well, my thought, just putting this out there on the record, is that you should Well, we could have a
I
very
have to watch.
special,
I have to watch them all.
Well, we would have a very special We Run on reruns where I'm rewatching it and you're watching it for the first time.
That
and
that could be
a
something.
great show,
That could be something that we're doing
yeah.
for sure.
That could, for sure. And
so
this guy, Better Call Saul, it comes after Breaking Bad, and it's also an excellent show. But this guy who plays the nurse that is the veteran that Chandler pokes fun at first and then immediately regrets it, was a main character in Better Call Saul, and he's super funny and but also in a very just sort of nasty way. But either way, he's a great actor, and
I know him from something also, but it's not that. I know him because as is my wheelhouse when I was younger, he was on Saved by the Bell, the college years.
What?
He played Professor Lasky, who was the one who kind of got in between Zach and Kelly in the college seasons.
What?
Yeah, look it up.
I'm dying right now. Is that him?
Yeah, of course it is.
Patrick Fabian? Looking this up. Wow. Okay. Super random.
Very random.
That is so funny. Yes.
But I've seen him. I've seen him in a number of places, and I always think like, there he is, Professor Lasky, he's just hanging around. But he's done so many other bigger things since then.
Yeah, no, it's so funny because it's like, as you're saying that, like, oh yeah, I recognize that professor name. Apparently, he's also been on Grey's Anatomy, The Newsroom. He's been on. He's done a ton of things. A lot of stuff, and his voice is very recognizable as well. Like he just has.
I agree.
To me, it just stands out, and he actually has this. Just his voice so far. He might make an appearance, but also in another Vince Gilligan show that we've been watching, just recently, called Pluribus.
Oh, okay.
Is just don't want to go on too much of a tangent, but it's another really cool like sci-fi, I would say very unique show that I would recommend if you haven't checked it out yet. But so far you just hear his voice, and that's very recognizable. But yeah, to kind of get back to this episode where he makes the appearance, Erica, what do you think of this scene from Chandler?
Oh, listen. when Chandler, I spoke last episode about being a more mature Chandler. And this is where
we're walking that back here.
This is where Chandler kicks himself back a little bit, because he realized at this point he's already got in his head, Monica's going on a date with this guy, so let me try to make him look bad or do something. So he walks up to him and says, "So Dan, just a nurse, not a doctor?" And he's like, "Well, I'm just a little bit girly, isn't it?" He's like, "Well, I'm just doing this to put myself through med school." And you said something else. And then he goes, "Oh, and it didn't feel so girly during the Gulf War." And Chandler's like, by the way, thanks for doing that for us, by the way.
He just walks off.
Like that probably couldn't have gone worse for you.
Yeah, pretty bad. Pretty bad, but
that's just not good.
Monica does come around though, because Chandler had sort of said, we're just goofing around, no big deal. So that's where she agreed to go on this date. But then Chandler is quickly walking that back and saying, well, by goofing around, I mean two friends that really care about each other, and we really kind of want to see where this goes. And she's like, all right. And he's admitting, I'm really bad at this. I have no experience like on this level with you. And she's saying, well, you're really not that bad at it. Give yourself some credit. And I think she really just wanted him to, acknowledge that they're not just messing around and that this is something
a little bit more significant. I do like when he tries to then follow up with more, and she's like, no, just stop. Like, no, and he's like, I sensed I should stop. Yeah, no, just stop right there. Just, it's good. Where you're at, we just stop there and we move on. Yeah. Don't do the dance. Don't do the dance.
No, the dance.
So we've talked about Joey with the sympathy pains a little bit. Oh, go ahead.
I mean, no, I was going to say this whole episode starts, though, by them arriving at the hospital with Phoebe. And I love how she comes out with the line, well, no, none of them is the father. The father is my brother. So, and Rachel is just like, I'm so going to miss you freaking people out with that line.
Yes.
And that's the last time we get that line. But
listen, this is a great Phoebe episode because not only does she say stuff like that, she gets super commanding in the room where she's like, listen, I don't need a guy telling me that I'm dilated a mundo.
Oh, no kidding. I would freak out. Like, oh.
And I like Frank Jr. He's like, it's not that weird, is it? Like, yes, it's weird. This is very weird. This guy's driving me nuts. But then, of course, Ross goes and finds Doogie Howser, who comes in, and Phoebe's like, run, little boy, run. I do like that Frank Jr. follows him out of the room. He's like, oh, you made him cry.
Yes, that is so funny. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just, the Fonzie doctor is so random too. It's like everything looks great and I also love Fonzie, and then he just walks out. It's like, wait, where did this plot line even come from? What is going on here?
Fonzie that you talk about, is that another doctor? No. Oh. Fonzie is a nickname of Arthur Fonzarelli, the Fonz. Whoa. Okay, now here's the funny thing about this. In all honesty, rarely is this happening because most of the time I feel like people go in to have their children and the doctor that they've been working with is there. Not whoever happens to be there, unless it's an emergency situation.
Well, right. And apparently Phoebe's doctor fell and slipped her head. And I love Phoebe's response. Oh my God, she's so stupid. And then when we have this Fonzie doctor, she's saying, well, I don't need a doctor who's Fonzie. And Ross is trying to explain, well, it's not that he is Fonzie. And she's like, oh my God, would you just stop? What are you doing? Why are you defending him? Just get me a doctor who isn't Fonzie. And then he's still saying, well, it's not so much that he is Fonzie. It's like, Ross, wow, you need to stop and leave. And bringing in the new doctor who isn't even grown up. Go, little boy, go.
That's it. You made him cry. They then, of course, the twins, or the triplets in this case, have the honor of being born on the Fonz's half birthday, which is great.
Well,
although really,
yes.
Can I tell you a little secret? I want to keep one.
Oh boy, I'm gonna be on the news. Yeah. Oh boy, I do appreciate Rachel. You know what? Good job coming back and being like, we are not doing this. She does go up to Frank and say, hey, 3 kids, that's gonna be a lot of work, huh? He's like, no, I'm so excited. Okay, great talk. See you later.
Done.
You know what?
Check
that
the
was
box.
My attempt. That is all I'm doing here. No, I am not going to ask to have one of their children. I think they want all of them.
Yes. Yeah. And that, I'm glad they did that also because Phoebe can kind of get away with making that request and not having it be too serious. If Rachel were to make that request, or if Monica were to make that request, it would come off as being like, whoa, no, this is not real. But Phoebe, you can kind of say like, hey, listen, it's just not going to work out. And she's like, no, okay.
I like her answer. I just hate to miss an opportunity just because I didn't ask. So
fair, I suppose. But you know what? Maybe you should have thought about that before we got into this situation in the first place.
Yeah. But I think it also speaks to, like, Phoebe is the one who will actually say that quiet part out loud, right?
Yes.
Like something that others, if you're in that situation, you might be thinking like, wow, there are going to be 3 humans that are now here with me that I've been carrying this whole time. And now they're not really mine,
Well,
and that need to want to hold on to them would be there. I can't imagine it wouldn't be,
This is where you get into this weird situation, not here in this, but in real life. There have been a number of cases where there's like an agreed upon adoption, and then the birth mother has the kids and kind of is like, no, I don't want to do that. I'd rather stick with the kids now. Thank you very much. Which then absolutely guts the potential adopting family, and is probably a bad decision for the mom who just had the kid. Maybe not. Maybe it's a great decision. But
you're right though. But it's like if
you were willing to give them up, if you were willing to give them up at one point, odds are
there's a reason
you're gonna get frustrated, or you have like financial lacking or something. There's some sort of reason why you were willing to do that in the first place. Now, that being said, this is the opposite of that.
Yeah.
These are not Phoebe's kids.
No.
You have no claim to them whatsoever.
No. You've just been the oven.
So
yeah,
you are literally the oven in this situation. You cannot claim that these are mine and I get to keep one. So sorry. Them's the breaks.
Yeah. Well, and I have to say, to break up that craziness, because this episode is a bit of it's a wave of emotions, right? Because you have Phoebe who's having these thoughts, and then at the end too, it always gets me a little bit choked up. But then we also have this moment where Frank is running out saying like, we got a baby boy, Frank Jr. and they're asking like, oh, how does he look? So gross.
Little Leslie is here. We got another one. I have 2 kids now. Oh my God, how scary is that? And that's when it's like,
gosh.
whoa.
Yes.
You see Chandler kind of like, maybe Phoebe could ask that question.
I also like how in earlier scenes, before Phoebe even gives birth, though, I love Giovanni Ribisi is just like pacing in the background, like scratching his head, just looking all distraught. It's so good. But sorry, Then we have the last one.
Well, then we get the last one where they all are staring, and Frank Jr. comes running out and goes, "Chandler's a girl." And they're like, "What?" And they're like, "Well, we thought it was a boy, but I guess they read them wrong because Chandler's a girl. Chandler's a girl." It's like, oh my God, gym class.
And he's like, well, what are they going to change the name to now that Chandler's a girl? Well, Chandler's good.
I think they're going to keep it as Chandler.
Isn't it kind of feminine? Huh. It works on you.
I think it works. Works just fine.
Oh, man. Oh, poor Chandler.
Poor Chandler.
I also do enjoy when Alice shows up finally, because she was on the road, so she finally shows up and she and Frank immediately start making out. It's like, these two are like animals.
Yeah.
My God.
How are they going to parent? Now we're going to jump into season 5, episode 4. This is the one where Phoebe hates PBS. And in all honesty, before I jump into the synopsis here, I feel like this is the first episode of season 5. Because now Emily is been dealt with a little bit. No. The babies are done. Like, they're born and they're with their parents. And now we start to actually move into what season 5 is going to be about. And in this one, we get Ross actually being able to talk to Emily and come up with a plan for who's going to live where, or if they can even attempt to make this marriage work. And boy, are we going to talk about that, I'm sure. We also, though, get Chandler and Monica, who have their first kerfuffle, if you will, when Chandler finds out that he's the best she ever had.
Kerfuffle.
I mean, right? It's not really a fight.
It works.
It's not really a fight.
Yeah.
It's not even a disagreement of sorts.
No.
But anyway, we also have, what else do we have? I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
We've got some other stuff that floats in and out, but those are the two big stories here.
Yeah.
So, let's talk about Emily.
Oh, man.
Okay.
I had to talk loud because the movie was loud.
Checkpoint for cell phones, by the way. He had a cell phone.
Yes. Yes.
He did have a cell phone.
The first real, outside of like Mrs. Waltham having her Waltham Interiors cell phone, within the group, this is really the first cell phone interaction that we're seeing, right?
We've seen them on and off, but this is like the first opportunity that Ross is on this phone, and he had it in the movie theater. Like, the implication is this is Ross's cell phone, which means somebody could call him on it. Now, children, I have to remind you that back in the day, we had to come up with plans for how many minutes we could use if we were on a cell phone.
That's
it
right.
wasn't just whatever you wanted all the time. You had to pay per minute. So even if you had a cell phone or you got so many text messages, they counted them.
That's right.
And then you were charged extra if you went over. So people may not have used their cell phones to the level that you see people use them now because they weren't miniature televisions. They were just phones.
Well, yeah, it's like, and because texting wasn't really a thing back then, we spoke on the phone
to this
for a
level.
lot longer. And so I remember even buying like calling cards to use on my cell phone to extend the amount of time that you could talk to someone, because otherwise your cell phone bill.
You used a calling card on a cell phone?
I'm telling you, I did. Yeah.
I definitely didn't do that.
Yeah.
Because you're still using the cell phone.
No, but the minutes would go over and it would be more expensive to.
But how are you using that doesn't make sense. I used calling cards on payphones all the time, but not on my own cell phone.
Well, also like on my college landline, because that was a thing. Like everyone had a landline in my dorm, so I also did that. I mean, and we just had like the car phone. But anyway, yes. So Ross was on his phone.
But anyway,
and this, I love how they bring this up, because Ross is apparently, he and Chandler were trying to see a movie, and he's just talking really loud. Oh, sorry. Yes, it was him and Joey were at the movies, and he was apparently talking very loud on at the movie theater, upsetting people, and because that is very obnoxious. Don't do that, people. Do not talk on your phone in public. I hate that. It is one of my pet peeves. Like, people, especially on speakerphone in public, do not do this.
I think people are a lot better about it today. Maybe not, but like I don't see a whole lot of like people on phones at the movies. I don't go to the movies a lot, but when I do go, that doesn't seem to be that big a deal.
Not so much at the movies, but just in public in general. Like, I've been at the airport where people are just on speaker on their phone.
Oh, well,
like,
that's different.
What are you doing?
That's different. I will say I am a habitual speakerphone user, not in public though.
Yeah, no.
I use speakerphone when I'm in my house all day long.
Oh, yeah.
But like, if I am out, I'm not putting it on speakerphone.
No,
just
do not.
That being said, I feel like at this point in time, like cell phone policy, like social cell phone order had not been established yet.
Yeah.
And so speaking on a cell phone in a movie theater wasn't that obscene. They didn't have the ads at the front saying, "Hey, turn off your cell phones."
They started that because
wasn't
of
the thing.
Ross.
That maybe.
Well, and then
but either way,
and we have Emily calling him to tell him to stop harassing her relatives, because it's like he's also, Joey has a good point too, because he's screaming at one of her family members, like calls him a prissy twit or something like that. It's like,
he sure does.
Way to suck up to the relatives, man. I think that was Chandler at that point that said that, but
my favorite part of this whole sequence is when she calls and he's like, "It's Emily. Emily's on the phone." And he's running around the room and he grabs the lamp. Like, why? Why did you grab the lamp off the table? I don't understand why that happened.
He's just so excited.
You were going to hit it? I know, but like, never have I been so excited that I've grabbed the like table lamp.
Well, apparently you haven't been in this situation.
Maybe I've just never reached
Thank
that
goodness.
level of excitement in my life.
Yeah,
Thank God.
Ross, yeah.
Anyway, so she's calling, and then eventually we get the word that she wants him to move to London.
Yeah. But Ben is here.
It's just not realistic.
No.
But you know what? I totally understand it.
Mm-hmm.
It makes a ton of sense. First of all, you messed up.
Yeah.
You messed up.
Oh, yeah.
So why should I move all the way over there? You come to me. You want to make this work? You come here.
I think
and in all honesty, if I was Ross,
yeah,
that's the acceptable answer. You have to say, "Hey, listen, Ben, I'm going to fly back and forth all the time, but I got to make this thing work too. And so you have to be the one to make that work." That was the way to actually have this happen.
Absolutely. At minimum, if they were going to make this work, he would have had to at least move there temporarily. I'm not saying that should be his forever home, but I completely agree with Emily with this initial scenario that he should have at least gone out there to smooth things over, to prove himself to her. Without
I am floored that he didn't get on the honeymoon, right? He missed the plane.
Yeah.
He's in London.
Yeah.
He caught another plane back to New York.
What?
Why?
Why didn't he just go to London?
Why did you do that?
Right.
Stay there. You're there.
Yeah.
Stay.
It's because
Make
he
this
didn't
thing work.
really want to get married. I mean, honestly, this whole thing, him saying Rachel, I mean, he did not want to get married to Emily. I mean, bottom line, he is just, that's what happened. And, you know, I love him flipping out though to the group saying, "How the hell am I supposed to make this decision? I'm actually asking you." No one wants to.
Right. All
the friends.
Like, don't be shy. Any response will do. Nothing. Okay then. I'm going to shake this magic 8-ball and we're going to figure this out.
Oh.
Yeah. It's so tough.
Yeah.
But, you know, I will push you back on Ross never wanted to get married.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think that's true. I genuinely think he wanted to get married to Emily. What I don't think he expected was to get married in a month. And that was the change.
Yeah.
Like, they could have played this out for a whole nother season. Mm-hmm. And had the engagement going on and on all throughout the whole time. And then maybe it wouldn't have worked. Maybe it would have. Who knows?
Yeah.
But when it came down to, okay, we're getting married. Also, they're tearing the place down and she desperately needs to be married here. Why? You didn't even know you were engaged. And now this place is being torn down. So we've got to rush to have this wedding here. That's nuts.
Yeah. It was.
By the way, they tore half of it down anyway.
That's right. Well, and then we have this final scene with, you know, how this all plays out is then Emily is telling Ross, "Well, listen, this is my condition that you are not going to be friends with Rachel anymore. You can't see her anymore.
Well,
and that's the only the only way that she'll agree to move back to New York, which the thing is, I don't think Emily quite
You're talking about the very final scene there too, where Rachel is there, listening to him accept the terms of this agreement.
Yeah, and it's like, and he's saying, all right, because Rachel says, listen, you need to do whatever you can to save your marriage. Just whatever it is that she wants, just give it to her, because you have to try. And I think Rachel here is really genuinely trying to be a good friend. And it sort of reminds me of the initial scene, where they're in the hallway and Rachel's like, hey, give it a shot. Like, I care about you. Like, she genuinely loves him and she wants him to be happy. If this is what he wants, he has to try. So, but she does not realize what she's asking, and Emily does not realize how intertwined all their lives really are, and that how would this even be possible?
Right. And this is where, well, first of all, Rachel is giving sound advice. It's great advice. She doesn't know what she doesn't know she basically cut her own throat with it, but that is great advice. Now, when it comes to the Emily side of things, this is where people really have a hard time with Emily, because no one wants Ross and Rachel to be apart. All the fans watching, all the other characters are like, well, you can't have them be apart. They're too good of friends. This is the same thing that we've seen. And when you point to How I Met Your Mother, however you feel about how that show ended,
God.
the connection between Ted and Robin is similar, where you have this whole story unfolding around them. And then when it's all said and done at the end, we're still going to try and tie this knot off the same way that Ross and Rachel, no matter how many other boyfriends and girlfriends come into the mix, the other one is still there, and that causes a problem. That was the message. I'm a big How I Met Your Mother fan. I love Victoria. She was great. She should have been the mother the whole time.
But
that being said, well, when we will believe me, we'll dive into that one. But Victoria gives the advice to Ted at one point that says, listen, the problem is Robin. You haven't seen it yet. That's the problem. Yeah. And that is the problem with Ross. And Emily's trying to point it out. The problem is Rachel. Yeah. You can't be around Rachel and still have a successful relationship. Yeah. You can't do it. It's not
going to happen.
You literally just said her name at the altar.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
Well,
so that being said, we haven't got that far all with it yet, but that is what is being implied, and Emily's right to ask it, but it's a tough ask for the fans.
Yeah.
And for Ross.
Yeah. And that's what I realized as I'm looking back. I kind of had jumped ahead a little bit when Ross says, like, how am I supposed to make this decision? He's talking about Emily suggesting that he is not friends with Rachel anymore. Not him moving to London. Yeah.
Not the moving. No. Yeah. Because they're all having that conversation around the Magic 8 Ball at that point, which is not a toy.
Yeah. It's just an impossible situation. Again, listen, all of this leads back to Monica. Monica, I'm calling you out here. You are the one who suggested that Ross chase after an international relationship because it was your dream. And now here we are. It was never gonna work. He loved Rachel this entire time. He didn't even let their relationship totally cool before he was flitting off to Vermont. It is just a recipe for disaster. Speaking from someone who, it's like,
I will say, I mean, listen, we've been doing this podcast for a little bit now. You have got some real hot takes. you're going to blame Ross and Emily on Monica.
That's right.
And you're also saying we were on a break was Chandler's fault. Those are two things that you've said.
Mark it down. That's right. Document it. You got these hot takes here.
I'm not forgetting.
This is the real deal.
No, those are some interesting points to take.
This is
true. I will just stand on this. I mean, as we are not too far here from the end of Emily, I still don't think outside of until she asked for Ross to not see Rachel anymore, I don't think she's done anything wrong. You could almost make the argument that the wrong thing she did is even accepting coming to New York, because that's just not realistic. I don't think anybody would do that. Like you said in our last podcast, if you had been standing at the altar and someone said the wrong name, and then you went to the airport and saw them getting on your honeymoon with that person.
No.
Then
Awful.
when you finally get in touch with them on the phone, you're the one who has to travel overseas to go hang out with them. Like, get out of here.
This is
like
awful.
No chance am I doing that.
If she only knew that Rachel was also literally right there hugging Ross when he told her that he would stop being friends with Rachel. It's just like, Ross, in this moment, I hate you, Ross. I hate you as a character, but I also, you're always my favorite, but I also hate you. I have a very love-hate relationship with Ross in this series. Like, this is just, as a man, I'm just like, dude, you're the worst. But as a comedic character, I love you. So that's kind of where I stand with Ross.
Well,
wow.
And I do have to say, this episode is titled "The One Where Phoebe Hates PBS," and when I did the synopsis, I felt like I was missing something, and that was it. It's the whole like, no good deed is not selfish, which I think that in its own right is ridiculous. But I guess the issue that I have with this storyline is that Joey makes the claim that if it feels good, then it's selfish.
No.
So then no good deed is selfless. All good deeds are selfish.
Right.
And I understand that all good deeds feel good, but I don't draw the connection between selfish and feel good.
There's a difference between,
and so the whole concept of this story, yes.
And that's why I love it. There's a difference between like feeling fulfilled from something and it being selfish. Like those, it's not the same. I love Chandler's expression as Joey and Phoebe are going back and forth about like whether it's a selfish good deed, and he's like, "Are you calling me selfish?" That's what Phoebe's saying. Are you calling you people?
Calling me people?
What? And Chandler's just sitting there looking at them like, what the
He's stuck
heck
in the middle. What
are you guys
happening?
even doing?
Yeah.
Please save me from this conversation. It is really weird because Joey just has this outburst where he calls Phoebe selfish for having the babies. And I'm like, dude, she just gave birth. Can you just relax? Oh my God, Joey. But he's all salty because Phoebe is, giving him a hard time about the show. I don't know. It's a very weird plot line. And then Phoebe also finds out there's no Santa Claus. I don't know. There's a lot happening here.
There's a lot going on, and it's definitely one where I think just the straight up definition of what is selfish ruins the plot line for me.
Yes.
Because the concept of doing good deeds and being fulfilled, as you said, is fine.
Yeah.
Selfish is not feeling good. In fact, I would argue that many people that are selfish don't always feel good about it.
No, right. And selfish would be doing it because that's your goal, right? To do something just that's fulfilling you, but it's not aimed at helping anyone else at all. So
or just doing the thing that you want to do regardless of anybody's
that's
thoughts
what I'm trying to say.
Like,
right,
even if you don't think it's the right thing, but it's my thing, so I want to do it. That's yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's
anywho.
It's a really random just side conversation, but very, I guess, Phoebe and Joey, that it kind of does fit.
Well,
makes
and
sense
also how's Joey getting word from his agent that he's the host and he's just he's not even like they didn't cast like the people to take the orders. That could be anybody.
He wasn't even seated in a seat where he could be seen on television. It was just really bad. And I also, when they're going back and forth about being selfish or not, I love how Joey drops the knowledge of knowing that bees die right after they sting someone. And I'm thinking, is that really something that Joey would know? That a lot of bees die off after they sting you?
I found it interesting that he knew it and Phoebe didn't know it, because I feel like Phoebe would be connected to that more than Joey would.
Yeah.
And Joey would be the one that go out and get stung. It just seems
exactly. And then Joey beating the guy up.
In fact, I had my rating, and I keep knocking it down the more we have this conversation.
Yeah, listen, I do enjoy the Ross portion of this episode,
yes.
but the whole like Joey telethon part it's not my favorite. Not great.
No, one of my favorite things actually is the very beginning of this episode. Again, we're into a Chandler and Monica brief scene where Rachel walks in on Monica, apparently in some sort of compromising pose, waiting for Chandler. And she's like, "Please tell me you're waiting for a guy. Please tell me you're waiting for a guy." Yes.
Since when do you take naps?
I'm dating a guy from work. Right. And that's when Joey and Ross walk in from the movie on the phone, and Chandler comes in the door with a bottle of champagne, and he's like, "Hey, my office finally got wrinkle-free fax paper."
Yes.
I love these excuses that Chandler and Monica come up with to keep everything hidden. I think they're some of the funniest parts of the episodes.
Yeah, for sure. And then Chandler finds out that Monica told Rachel that the guy that she's been with is the best she's ever had. And Chandler is just on top of the world with this news. And he's like, "So can I ask you a cooking question? If you're cooking on the stove, does that mean your new secret boyfriend is better in bed than Richard was?" And she's like,
and I like Rachel. Like,
what?
Like Chandler.
But actually, tell us.
Is he? But was it?
I want to know too. Yeah. Oh yeah, but
then that's when we get Chandler dancing on the table, and then of course, it's most telling when Monica goes over to Chandler and Joey's, and Chandler's there, and he's like, "Hey, listen, Joey's not home, so if you want to book some time with the best you ever had." She's like, "You know what, champ? I think I'll pass."
Mm-hmm.
And then she does the dance. It's like, "What's your point?"
What's your point?
And you see how this is going to go. Like, between that scene, between seeing how Chandler was with Dan, the male nurse, and seeing how Monica's going to be the one that walks him through all these things. But because they've been good friends for so long, I think is going to be patient with that understanding. It just is, I don't know, it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch. Those some of my most favorite scenes from these episodes.
Yeah. And you can see how, serious it's getting by the end of this episode, where he then, he's regretting acting as he has been in response. Although obviously I think a lot of it was just genuine glee about finding out what Rachel said.
100%.
But
100%.
So you can't really blame him. But then it's like he's coming clean and saying to her, like, listen, I was nothing before you. Before it was just, whatever. And now it's, oh my God, and we're just so great together.
Say more things like that.
Yeah, and she agrees.
Like
so it's very clear that this is not just like gonna fizzle out. Listen, that there's something real here.
Chandler's got game.
Yeah,
he's got more game than he thinks he has. Because he is able to talk his way out of these situations more than people think that he can.
Oh yeah, he's better at this than Ross is. That's for sure. My gosh.
Oh, that is true. Well, now we're going to jump into our IMDb ratings segment of the episode where we talk about the ratings that we have, the ratings that you all put on IMDb, and our favorite and least favorite characters from this episode. Amanda, you want to start with favorite or least favorite character?
I'm going to start this time with least favorite.
Okay.
I did Joey for my least favorite for these. The whole kidney stone portion, I think it was cute and funny, but it's just kind of like, all right. It was
kidney stones.
I think clearly it was a way that it's like, listen, all the friends cannot be in this delivery room. It just doesn't make sense. And we need to create some type of like side plot line. They can't just be hanging out in the waiting room. So I do appreciate how he almost had these like weird sympathy pains that turned into something real for Phoebe.
But, and then not only that, but like you have both side to side people pushing things out of their body. One is humans, another is kidney stones, both incredibly painful for the gender. I'm not comparing them, but that's what they side to sided it.
Joey learned what a urethra was, so
sure did. Are you crazy? Hey, no one is going up. No one's going up.
No one's going up.
What's urethra?
Yeah. How about you, Eric? Who is your least favorite?
I also had Joey. Joey was my least favorite last time that we did a podcast. He's my least favorite again. And it looks like he's been my least favorite for like 3 out of 5.
Oh,
and I just feel like
I
feel like we're in a window of Joey's just getting lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, it's not that right.
It's not that he is bad on screen. I think a lot of his jokes land. A lot of his things are good. I do like the kidney stone scene quite a bit, but I also think everybody else brought something to the table that was better than what Joey did. And they had more opportunities to do it too. So it's not really his fault, but you can't get all 6 of them all the airtime in the world. You're dealing with Ross and Rachel and Emily. You're dealing with Chandler and Monica now. Phoebe is also kind of in the window of not having anything to do now, but in episode 3, she was the focus. So it's got to be Joey.
Yeah.
It's almost a process of elimination, really.
That's true. Yeah.
When it comes to favorite, though, I always have a much harder time with favorite because I find there to be so many good things that happen throughout the episodes. I'm always trying to figure out who I want to go with. And I think when it comes down to this, I am going to pick Ross. I want to pick Phoebe because Phoebe's 100th episode, the season 5 episode 3, she was great. But I really then she gets into the like good deeds episode and like whatever. No. But Ross has got the whole thing going with Emily and with Rachel and picking up the lamp and the magic 8 ball and all that in the second episode. And at least in the first one, he's the one talking about how the doctor is, not really impersonating Fonzie so much as the other thing, and so he's got these little moments, and he's also in then the sympathy pains with Joey.
Yeah.
And so I feel like his lower points are better than Phoebe's lower points.
Yeah.
And so that raises him up. But it was down to those two for me. How about you?
No, I had the same choice for literally the same reasons. Like, yeah, that was
did you have Ross as well? We both went Ross and Joey?
Yeah.
Wow.
So we both picked the same, but yeah, I just felt like not only was he hilarious, but also he was doing what he thought was right. And I feel like he is trying, although, we agree. He should have just gone to London. The whole thing doesn't make sense, but from his own Ross way, I think he's trying to do what is right here, in a sense, as much as the show will allow with maintaining the comedic level as well. He's trying to do something with resolving their marriage, but it's not going to work out for us. But yeah.
All right, so how about your ratings? So I will. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say I will tell you
which one
this.
you liked better this time.
Yes, I thought the 100th was the better episode of the two.
I agree.
And I think, you heard me say, I keep knocking back the one where Phoebe hates PBS. There's just little things I didn't like, and I didn't like, and I didn't like. And I had it originally as an 8.5. And then through our discussion, I was like, it's maybe more like an 8.3. And then I went, no, maybe it's an 8.1. So I'm settling on that one as an 8.1, like a low 8.
Yeah.
I'm going to give the 100th, though, an 8.6. I don't think it is as good as the previous episodes, which were all kind of pushing 9.
High 8.
But I think it's pretty close.
Yeah, I agree. I like the 100th more. I gave the other one, the one where Phoebe hates PBS, I actually went down into the 7s for that one.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Because I enjoy it still, but yeah, the whole telethon plot line, to me, I'm like, I loved Ross's portion, but otherwise it just didn't land as well for me. So I gave that one a 7.8. And
I don't think that's bad. I think that, I think we're in the same area there.
But yeah,
it's a fine score, but for Friends, that episode's on the lower end of the spectrum. How about the other one though? The 100th. I think
100th?
That could be anywhere as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I liked it, but I gave that one an 8.3. So I gave it a little bit of a better score, but I also overall, because it's really just centered around being in the hospital, so it's just not one of my favorite episodes, but I still like it.
Yeah, so for me, so I gave, like I said, I gave that one 8.6, and so I've got the highest rating on it on any of these episodes. And for me, it's less about Phoebe, although Phoebe's aggression is great. I think when she's yelling at the doctors funny. And yelling she's really funny in there. So for a pregnancy episode, she was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I really liked the Monica and Chandler stuff. Obviously, I'm just gonna love every scene that they do. Yeah. In all honesty, that's some of my favorite scenes in Friends is the two of them hiding the relationship and keeping it hidden, and at the same time trying to progress it together. So that I really liked, and I don't hate the kidney stones as much as you. I think it's funny. I really love the doctor.
Kidney stones.
He's the best part. He's the best part of it.
I can just hear it. Yeah. You know what? I feel like that episode, the end, it's hard for me to watch. It makes me very sad. I don't like it. Where she's having to say good. She's let me just have some time with the babies, and she's having to say goodbye to them. I'm it's so heartbreaking.
No,
I don't like it.
It's not hard. It's not heartbreaking, but I think it's I honestly think that was a really good thing to do.
They do
to
it
leave
really
her
well.
alone with the kids.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't disagree with that.
Yeah.
but I think you had to have that moment.
She does such a great job. She's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you had to have that moment where you have her with the kids alone, no Frank and Alice, none of the other friends. Give her a moment to have her moment with the kids that she just birthed before she has to give them up.
Yeah.
And in all honesty, I don't think that's realistic. I think if you're in a situation where you're giving the kids up like that, they take them and they bring them back behind the glass, and then you never see them again.
Exactly.
Well, because they don't want you to connect.
No, but listen, though, this is different because Phoebe is the aunt. So I feel like that is the believable part.
Different.
Like, it's not like it would be very different if she was a surrogate and literally hardly knew the people. Then, okay, that would be extremely bizarre. But I think because, that makes it slightly believable. Because it's like, okay, but what are Frank and Alice doing? Where are they?
I don't care if it's believable or not. I think for the show, it was a really good way to put the button on this and say, this is now done.
Yeah.
And literally, the next episode, you go to Phoebe just being Phoebe.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Immediate snapback.
The timeline being weird. It's like, okay, and she's also just like looks incredible. Like, it's like, oh, she just gave birth to 3 humans. Like, and she's just like, oh, I'm just Phoebe again. I mean,
well, I know
and she really did give birth too. Pretty incredible.
She did. They had to figure this out. So at the end of season, what was it? At the end of season 4,
because she wasn't really pregnant anymore at the beginning of season 5. That's the thing. It's like that was
she's definitely not.
At that point.
But I think even at the end of season 4, they had to do stuff to be like, oh, she's having triplets. How do we make her pregnancy even look more pregnant?
Yes,
like they did things to make it look even
suit.
Like some sort of suit, but at the same time, nothing that would hurt her own child's development or anything. So like there was definitely some intricate work that got done there in the costume department.
Mm-hmm.
But that was one side of it. And then of course season 5 happens. She's already had the kids or her kid. So now you got to really make her look like she's going to have 3 kids when she's not pregnant at all.
Yes.
And that did not last long.
Yeah. Oh, Phoebe.
But anyway, we've given our ratings. I haven't actually talked about what the IMDb ratings are yet. So,
what do the people say?
I gave let's remember, since we've gone on such a tangent there. I gave the 100th an 8.6. You gave it an 8.3. The people gave it an 8.7.
Oh, okay. On the higher end, so you were
still
closer.
Pretty high.
Yeah. Okay.
I was a little bit closer, but still higher than I expected.
Yeah.
Higher than you expected.
Yes.
But I don't blame it. Like the Phoebe pregnancy episode is a popular episode.
It's a pretty iconic episode. I feel like I say that about every
the one where
episode. Like it's iconic.
Yeah, they all are though. The one where Phoebe hates PBS, I'm actually fairly fortunate here because I had it at an 8.5, right? And I started knocking it down.
Yeah.
I got it to an 8.1. It is an 8.1.
It is. Yeah. I had a feeling.
And you had a 7.8, which is fine.
Yeah.
I think that's reasonable.
I was thinking it might have been, but yeah. I mean, listen, again, I was pretty harsh with that one, but I love this season. So I am very excited to continue to see these upcoming episodes with Ross freaking out, losing his mind, things totally falling apart. I am here for that, and I'm excited to talk about those episodes.
Not just that, but as I've said, I'm here for the illusion of Chandler and Monica not really being a couple while they are, in fact, a couple.
Love that.
So great.
Yes. And then getting to the one where they all find out. So funny. So good.
Those are now that is an iconic episode. Well, thank you so much for listening to the We Run on Reruns podcast. Again, if you could check out our socials on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, we would greatly appreciate that. If you could just throw a like or a thumbs up or leave a comment or repost something or any of the fun things that you can do on your social media platform of choice, we'd really appreciate it. Don't forget to check out our website, werunonreruns.com, where we have all of our podcasts in full, but you can also check them out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast player. For Amanda, this is Eric. Enjoy rewatching Season 5, Episodes 5 and 6 for next week of Friends. Happy rerunning, everybody.
See you, pals.
See you later, guys.